Yo, if I were to start a t-shirt business today, what would I do differently knowing what I know now? What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today we're gonna be talking all about starting a t-shirt business today, what I would do, especially knowing what I know, what would I spend my money on, what would I spend my energy on, and what would I do differently to see success earlier. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because one of the homies came over to the store yesterday and he asked me this same exact question. And it kind of took me back real quick because I've never been asked that, but also the way I answered that question surprised me too. So I said, let's make a video about it. Now, as most of you guys know, I've been in this t-shirt space for a very long time, almost 30 years. Selling t-shirts is something I enjoy doing. Creating the t-shirt, printing the t-shirt, making the designs and all that good stuff, that's cool too, but I enjoy selling t-shirts. Now, over the years, I've wasted a ton of money, I've wasted a lot of energy, and I've wasted a lot of time. One, because I was always feeling I needed to keep up with technology, so I was always buying into new equipment, new processes, trying to upgrade every year to keep up with the Joneses, and that's the worst thing you can do. So if I were to start a t-shirt business, let's say start a brand today, and I had no equipment, what would I buy? What would I focus my time on? And what would I put all of my energy into? Now, this is what really took me by surprise when I answered this way, and I thought about it and I was like, you know what? It makes so much sense. But if I were to start a business today, I wouldn't buy a vinyl cutter. Do I think a vinyl cutter is beneficial for anybody that owns a heat press? Yes, I still stand behind that. But if I were to start today in order to save money and spend money elsewhere, I would not invest in a vinyl cutter. The reason being is because DTF transfers are so accessible now. So the first thing I would do is find a local DTF printer. And the reason I'm saying local is because you want to be able to get your hands on the transfers as fast as possible. The only reason I use my vinyl cutter is because I test out all of my designs. But now having access to DTF transfers, you can actually test out designs on a DTF gang roll without spending too much money. So like I said, the only reason I use my vinyl cutter is to test out designs. So instead of investing in the vinyl cutter, the software, the vinyl, learning everything, outside of doing that, I would just order DTF transfers. But I would go with a local DTF printer. So I would find a DTF printer close to you so that way you could just pick up your jobs, get the quickest turnaround possible, and get to the money as fast as possible. So that was the first thing that took me by surprise. Was I didn't even say get a vinyl cutter. I was thinking I'm not gonna waste money on a vinyl cutter. I'd rather put that money towards DTF gang rolls to test out all of my stuff. And also, the money I spend on a vinyl cutter, I could actually buy more blank t-shirts with, buy more transfers, stuff like that. Now, the next thing is a heat press. The heat press that I would go with is the Heat Press Nation Signature Pro heat press. Size 16 by 20 or 15 by 15, but for myself, I would probably go with a 15 by 15, knowing that my designs aren't gonna be bigger than 15 inches. So bingo, I'm getting myself the Heat Press Nation Signature Pro. That's the one that auto opens, but it also has the sure pressure knob. Why do I need that sure pressure knob? I need to be able to see what my pressure setting is because I plan on doing t-shirts and hoodies. The reason being is because when you do t-shirts and hoodies, you're gonna be adjusting the pressure back and forth all the time. Now, if you've ever done t-shirts and then had to go to a hoodie, you know you have to adjust the pressure because a hoodie is a lot thicker than a t-shirt. So you gotta make sure your pressure's right. And if you're going back and forth all the time, it makes sense to have that sure pressure readout. So then that way you can be like, all right, for t-shirts, I'm set at 50, but for hoodies, I'm set at 38 or 40 or whatever it is. So that way, takes the guesswork out. Efficiency-wise, you'll be faster adjusting pressure on the go. Now that heat press is a good starter heat press, but also it's made for production. Now, I'm being very honest with myself. If I'm starting a brand and I'm only printing for my brand, I want to be as efficient with my time as possible, but I also want a press that can withstand high production. Good even pressure, good even heating. Having the slide out drawer is actually a game changer for myself. I always talk about it, but having a good, reliable press means everything, especially having a company that backs the press up. So let's say I need help troubleshooting something, Or let's say I'm having issues with something. They make it very easy to reach out to them. So if I'm investing my money into a press, I wanna make sure I'm investing into a company that backs the press up. Until this day, they're the only company that I know that has extra parts in case something goes out. Let's say your screen malfunctions, or let's say shipping breaks something. They have spare parts there that they can ship to you, so that way they could get you up and running the fastest. I haven't seen any other heat press company do the same exact thing. Maybe there is companies out there that do this, but for myself, this is the only company that I've seen do this because they actually care about the customer. They care about getting you up and running so you can make some money. So I would buy into a company that I trust, and I would buy a press that I know is gonna be reliable, and I would buy a press that has all the functions that matter to me. Pull-out drawer, sure pressure knob, even pressure, even heating. And to top it all off, it's built for production. Now, if I was starting a brand, I'm looking for quality. And when I talk about quality, I'm talking about quality transfers, and I'm talking about quality t-shirts. You could go two different ways on this thing. If quality doesn't matter to you, I would use Shockaware Active t-shirts. Good, generic fit, good all-around cotton t-shirt, always available, always accessible, and the price is pretty good. Now, if I was doing that, I could just use DTF transfers, no problem. So you could use like Super DTF or find your local DTF printer or whatever you were testing the stuff out with, you could sell that for retail. As long as you press it into the t-shirt good, you're good to go. Shockaware Active, really good all-around t-shirt. But on the quality side, if I wanted to press something that was premium, that was gonna last forever, I would go with Supacolor wearable transfers. Till this day, I have not found another transfer that is as durable, reliable, consistent with the print quality as Supacolor wearable. That's what I use on all my retail stuff in my store, in my online store, because washability on that thing is crazy. No cracks, no lifting, no fading, 50+ washes, no problems. There's DTF transfers that I've tested out that you could get like, 15 washes, 17 washes before you start to see cracking in some of the thinner areas. And that's cool too. But for myself, peace of mind is a peace of mind. So I wanna make sure that whatever I'm laying down, the customer's gonna be happy with and satisfied with. So I'm going Supacolor wearable transfers for everything retail, and I'm going with the AS Color Classic t-shirt. That t-shirt right there to myself is a premium quality t-shirt. Good heavyweight shirt with a very soft hand feel. Everybody that comes into my store, when I show them what the Shockaware Active t-shirt feels like and what the AS Color Classic t-shirt feels like, you can feel the difference. It's night and day, but it also comes with a premium price tag. So if I'm talking about I want to start a brand and quality meant everything to me, I'm using a quality transfer and a quality t-shirt all day long. Now, my perception on quality might be different from yours. Quality to myself goes to hand feel, durability, washability. Is the customer getting what they're paying for? You know what I mean? So for myself, in all my research, AS Color Classic t-shirt, top tier shit. Supacolor wearable transfer, top tier shit. Those two things come with premium price tags, but if quality mattered to you, then you pay for quality. That simple. Quality doesn't matter to you, but you just wanted to put out a decent product. Shockaware Active t-shirt, still good t-shirt, and a DTF transfer. Nothing wrong with that. So for myself, that's how I would start a brand today. I would find a local DTF printer. That way I can test out designs all day long. The reason I'm testing out designs is because I don't want to invest in some transfers that aren't going to sell. I want to make sure I test out every single design before I put it out to the market. That way I know I have a winner on my hands. How do I know I have a winner on my hands? I print that sample out. I press it onto a t-shirt. I wear it out in public. Judging by the reaction I get from the public, that's gonna tell me everything I need to know. If nobody says anything about the design on my shirt, nobody comes up to me and says, hey, where'd you get that shirt? Hey, that's a cool shirt. Hey, can I take a picture of that shirt? If nobody says any of that, then I know I don't have a design that speaks to anybody. I know that design doesn't catch any attention. So why would I invest in transfers that aren't gonna sell? That's why the testing process is so important. I'm trying to minimize my risk. I'm trying not to waste any money, and I'm only trying to spend money on things that are gonna make me money. A lot of us get wrapped up in designing and we think this is the best thing ever. I make millions of designs, and not every single design is a winner. Not every single design has an audience. Not every single design relates to somebody. I'm making stuff just because I'm making it, and I love what I'm making, but just because I love it doesn't mean the world's gonna love it. You know what I mean? So that's why I test out all my designs. There's other people out there that don't do this part. They don't care, they just put out whatever they want to, and that's cool. And if it sells, it sells. But a lot of times, when things don't sell, you're stuck with whatever you invested your money in, whether it's transfers, whether it's pre-printed t-shirts, whatever. I like to minimize that risk, so I test everything out. When I test things out, this is what I do. Put it on one t-shirt. I wear this t-shirt out to where the people are at. If it's the mall, if it's a festival, if it's Disneyland, if it's a concert, if it's something that has a lot of foot traffic, where there's gonna be a ton of exposure for me to show off this t-shirt, that's what I'm doing. I don't just put it online and then say, all right, like this if you really like this design, or put up a poll and blah, 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 because those Instagram followers and TikTok followers aren't customers for everything. A lot of people like out of habit, meaning they'll just like it because they like you, but not necessarily because they like that design. So if somebody comes up to you out in public who's a fucking stranger and they're just like, hey, that's a cool shirt, where'd you get that from? Or, hey, can I take a picture of that shirt? My boyfriend would really like that, or my brother would really like that. Whatever it is, you know you have something that's actually grabbing attention. I do this with every single t-shirt design that I put out. The reason I do this is because I wanna make sure that I'm gonna put out stuff that somebody's gonna relate to and is gonna catch somebody's attention. So the testing phase is everything to me. The reason I'm using DTF transfers to test things out is because you could do multicolor stuff. You could gang up a bunch of different designs on one gang roll and test out a bunch of different designs. It just makes sense. And then that way, whatever design works, now you remember, like, all right, now I could order a bunch of this design right here because people reacted to it. And then the ones that don't work, you just shelf them and you're like, all right, cool, that was a good idea, but nobody really cares about it, so be it. Don't waste no more money, don't waste no more time on that. After you start doing all the designing and stuff, then you have your equipment, right? I told you I'm going with the Heat Press Nation Signature Pro Heat Press. I want that slide out drawer, I want that sure pressure knob, I need the pressure readout, and I want a good quality press that the company backs. I need reliability. If your whole business is around this heat press, you want to make sure you have a heat press that's not going to fail you. So I'm going with something that's not going to break the bank, but it's still quality and built for production. Now, when it comes to t-shirts, I'm going Shockaware Active, and I'm using DTF transfers if I don't care about quality really. If I care about quality and I'm looking for something premium and I really want something that's gonna last, I'm going AS Color Classic t-shirt and Supacolor wearable transfers. No debate. Now, the last thing is, what would I spend the most time and energy on? It's social media. Social media today is how you're gonna promote everything you're doing, document your journey, tell your brand story, and attach a human to your brand. There's so many brands out there that are just about the brand, and it's cool, but a lot of people like to know about the brand owner. A lot of people like to get into the brand owner's brain. What made them think about this design? What made them go with this? Tell your story on social media. There's not enough people using social media the way it was intended to. A lot of people are just being copycats and they're just doing what they see other people do, but they don't understand what they're actually doing. You know what you're doing. You know what you're building. You know why you started this brand, why you picked these blank t-shirts, why you chose to design this. Take that and put it on social media. Let people know what you're doing. This way, you track your journey. You know where you started from and where you're going. 2, you're giving the people an inside look on what it takes to run your brand. The long nights, the headaches, the research, the development, all of that stuff is documented, and all of that stuff gives your audience a chance to grow with you. I would spend so much time on social media, not scrolling, but getting engaged with my audience. Because a lot of people think you need millions of followers to be successful on this thing. You don't. Man, you could just have 100 followers, and imagine those 100 people buying every time you drop something. They're loyal to you because they believe in you. Imagine just 100 people spending their money with you on every single drop. That's all you need. You could have 1,000 followers, you could have 500 followers, you could have 10,000, but just imagine 100 people buying whatever you drop. That's all that's needed. The quicker you understand that, the better. Hopefully this video right here answered some questions for some people. I know a lot of people can be like, man, you're only talking about these products because of this, or you work with them. No, these are just things that I use day to day that I've learned throughout my whole time doing this. And these things make sense to me. I'm all about seeing success early. I want to see profits early. Every single drop, I want to see money in my account. These are the things I would do. These are the things I would need to see that success early. If you guys got any questions, leave it in the comments for me. Let me know what you think is a quality t-shirt. Let me know what t-shirts you guys use or what transfers you guys use in the comments. There's no right or wrong answer here. Everybody uses what they want because the definition of quality is a personal preference. Everybody has a different idea on what quality is. So there's no right or wrong answer. If you guys wanted to, follow me on Instagram, BigBrandoTV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.